Hello and welcome home. So, I know last month I didn't get to post, and I just want to quickly say that it's due to me just being overwhelmed with life and a lot of changes happening. So, to give just a short rundown of what's been going on before I continue on with the episode, I changed my major. So, I changed my major from psychology to English since that is something I've been considering. And after being in my descriptive methods of psych class, I decided that psychology may not be something I want to pursue right now. And I can't even practice in psychology until I get at least a master's, I believe, which may take me 6 to 8 years. And so I felt like maybe I shouldn't dedicate so much time and hard work to something I'm not sure if I want to pursue. So I decided to change my major to something a little bit more relaxed, more freeing, more creative to do, which is English, something I was considering doing since last semester. So I did that. I also withdrew from that course since it wasn't required for an English degree. I have been job hunting, which has been very tiring and draining since I have sent out, oh my gosh, more than 50 applications in the past couple of months. Last week, a lot of places have gotten back to me, so I've been doing interviews, and it's like there are so many levels to interviews, which is very tiring. So you have the online application, and once you get through, you have the actual interview, and then sometimes for certain companies you have like 3 interviews depending on the company, and it's like, okay, I just need money, so I'm just trying to find something. Mentally, I haven't been in the best headspace, which is the biggest reason why I haven't been on social media posting, recording anything. I did record 2 to 3 podcast episodes, but I did not like them because I couldn't figure out how to make my recent experiences something easy to follow through with, I guess, because a lot has been going on. So my mind is just running 1,000 miles per hour, and trying to translate that into a way that makes sense to people is very hard, and it was very frustrating. So instead, I asked you guys, would you like an update or would you like a poem? And you guys had poems, so I'm going to read the poem, speak about it for a little bit, and I will be off. And because it is a poem, that means I cannot stop. So I do apologize if you do hear maybe a car or something in the background. I unfortunately do not live in like a quiet area. Sometimes, a lot of times actually, it's pretty quiet, but for some reason at nighttime, that's when it gets a little weird and rowdy for some reason. Even though I live in front of a cemetery, you would think that near a cemetery will be quiet, but no, people love to be loud. So, anyways, I will begin the poem. And the poem is called Oh, How I Loved You. Oh, how I loved you. I adored your soul, your smile, my other half, mundane things being the highlight of my days. I love you. A sentence you uttered before me, and yet only I kept those words to be true. While you cut me with your words, knowing the sword of your tongue would do the trick, those tears that flowed created an uproar, an unbearable ripple of hatred. I hate you for what you did. I loved you. My achievements were supposed to be yours and yours mine. I never got to tell you mine while I see yours. I check your story every now and then, seeing how beautiful and glowing you are. I say it's unfair. How could you be so unkind to me, the first ever best friend to have, and yet was only for a moment? Moments that should have lasted a lifetime. I loved you. Oh, how I truly did. On the days I want to cry out to the world mad and hug you filled with tears in my eyes, I do not. So I shut my eyes, and even then I see you. The dreams say what I do not. You were here, present with me. And like that, gone once my eyes open. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's unfair, it's so unfair. Why did I deserve your unkindness, your hate that you spat out like venom? After over 2 years, I'm stuck on you like a rotten piece of gum that has fused with concrete. Disgusting. I want to forget you, I don't at all, but why? Our lives was ours, and now we live it separately. Is this what love feels like? Does it hurt like hell from the simplest of words and actions? I don't understand. The future we planned together was supposed to be now, and it has been wiped away. I don't know how to end this poem, nor how to forget and let go. When I see you, it's like nothing ever happened. I miss you all over again. I no longer want to be poetic, but be your friend. Though I know it's not possible, I miss you. I never missed a friend so bad. I never cared so much. Why you out of the few and many? In all the confusion of these emotions, a simple tone that goes, oh, how I loved you, plays in my head, like the ending of a tale, of a story meant to be taught as a lesson I didn't want to learn from you, that could have came from anyone else but you, and yet you were the final factor, the goodbye I never got, the dance we never sung, the sleepovers we never awoke to, the laughs that were silence, and the future that was burned down to ashes, like the bridge you warned me about burning while you were the fire. Oh, how I loved you. I truly did. And you would never understand just how true those words were as the moment of you and I. That is the it. That is the it. That is the end of the poem. And this poem was written 5 months ago. And it's about someone who I used to be best friends with in high school. And due to a huge fight and argument, disagreement, we are no longer friends. But during the short time in which we were friends, we bonded so well, and I never felt such a strong bond between another person like that, especially platonically. And I feel like it is such a rarity to come across a friendship like that, and I wouldn't even know how to explain it to you guys. Me saying fireworks would just be an understatement, but it was like electricity, and we would do everything together. We did the step team together. We did dance class together. We would call. I went grocery shopping with her one time. We made dances together. We were basically always together, to the point where our dance teacher kind of was like, where's the other one if one of us wasn't there? Well, I make the assumption that she probably thought that, but we were just always together. And sometimes I just miss her, or I used to miss her. You know, when I have something to celebrate, I think, oh, she would so love this, and I can't tell her because we're not friends. And I think that sucks when you know there's the perfect person to tell some good news to, and you realize that they're no longer in your life, and it kind of just hits you all over again, like, oh yeah, they're not here with me. And you know, because our city isn't big, I have come across her a couple of times, and we will just talk and dance together, and it feels as if nothing bad ever happened. It feels like we didn't say the words that we said. We didn't end on bad terms. We didn't stop being friends. And, you know, I really just miss it. And it feels like almost a fantasy. And sometimes I think, hey, maybe I can try being friends with her again. But I think there's always going to be these two factors, which is one, me worrying that what caused us to not be friends before will be the exact reason why we may not be friends again. And then two is our friendship or relationship not being what it was. And though I know things like that happen, I think once something is changed, it's so hard to reverse it. You can never reverse something. Even if you rekindle a friendship, it's never going to be the same. And I think that sucks, you know. And I know people can relate to that a lot, whether platonically or family members or romantically. sometimes some things just change things forever and you can't do anything about them but accept them and try to move on. And so during that time period, 5 months ago, I think I was just really missing her because she was a great friend. Outside of, what caused us not to be friends, I absolutely adored her and I loved her. And I think a funny thing about the poem and about our relationship is that I, number one, never called her my best friend. And number two, I never told her that I loved her. But when we were friends, she told me that she loved me. And I'm not sure if she ever said I was her best friend, but I think our relationship went past just best friends in the sense that we were very close in a platonic way. I think best friends, but like super, super best friends. Like, I don't feel like any words will do our bond justice, I have never felt such a electric or ecstatic relationship platonically. And so when I lost it and we stopped being friends, it really sucked like so badly because I really thought she would be a lifetime best friend and our time was cut very short, sadly. But I know she will do well with what she does, and I, on the other hand, will be doing what I do and hopefully succeed as well. I'm still focusing on getting myself together and working towards the things I want. And in the meantime, I just need to relax because I don't relax as much as I should. But yeah, there's not much to this episode. This episode was really just about the poem and a little bit about the poem. And I don't think there's anything else to say. I think the poem is pretty straightforward. And if you guys would like to say anything about the poem, feel free to say something, please. I love when people talk, and especially when it's about my poems. I love, 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 love people's reactions to my poetry. I have even better stuff. Fun fact, actually, I am strongly considering performing this poem at Drop the Mic at my school next Friday, I think, or the following Friday. I think it's next Friday. And I'm trying to get better with being expressive with my voice. So hopefully this was a good example, but I already recorded once and I was like, I don't feel like you can hear it in my voice, But I feel like that's also because I am reading it. In order for me to like perform my best, I need to memorize it so that my focus is solely on performing and not memorizing, since usually plenty of people memorize their work. I have memorized my work and then performed it, but I read off of it just so it's there. But I want to say thank you for joining me in this episode. I know it's pretty short, but it's just, Namsayin episode. So they're supposed to be pretty short. Something nice and tasty to have on the go. But thank you for joining me, and I will see you some other time.